The person in front of me has felt a shift within a connection. You're needing to navigate not only your forwarding steps for the cause and effect, for the balance, the staying on the surfboard, if you will, of your energy, but navigate how is this person navigating how they feel about you in their head. Because from what I'm sensing, things were going really good. They were falling into place. The connection, the vibe, the conversations, the sexual attraction, everything. And now there's been some separation between you two, either physically, emotionally, or both. And you're not really sure what changed. You're wondering, not that this is true at all what I'm about to say, but we're validating your feelings. Not that it's a true statement. You're thinking, am I enough? You continue to learn more and more about each other, and you must have opened up about something that is unique and special about you, or just the things you've gone through in your life and how it's made you build some trust issues, or etc. You guys hit that point of where what I call the fireworks are starting to live out, or the fireworks, the butterflies, etc., the excitement has hit not a standstill, but the organic part of when you're talking to somebody, where it starts to see, can we be consistent for each other? You feel in the past that every time you're like, okay, I hit that loop, I opened up, I'm ready to be consistent, I'm ready to speak up and say things I've been holding back for so long. And that is the moment when people shift. So it built this parasite thought that the only way I can keep people is by keeping certain parts of myself away. That I'm just feeling the whirlwind of your emotions, because the person you are knows those things are invalid now. You know that a person's only deserving of you if they can have your all. Not only your confidence, not only the things that are easy for them to accept or etc. It's a blessing in disguise, truly, when you've been able to hit this point of a dynamic and they separate themselves. There's a difference between being the masculine and feminine, and knowing that there's kind of a place with like a masculine's dynamic that continues to gain the attention, the attraction of their feminine, etc. There's a difference between that, or even the feminine continuing to give a space for this masculine to be submissive for them. And I'm not meaning that means so many different things. You guys know these are collective. You taste what resonates. I'm going to get the cards to continue this message, because it's just, I think what we just did is we validated the way you're feeling is not always true. A lot of times the parasite, the what ifs, etc. start and they rumble and they take it from there. You're more than enough. It is a blessing in disguise that you get to meet these connections. And what I see though about this one is you definitely were like, I am preparing myself from the very beginning to not go all or nothing with the individual. I can't believe the things they're saying in the first month. Hell, I can't believe the things that I can't 1000% believe the depth of their words until there's been enough time of consistency, which takes months, takes years. It doesn't mean you don't trust them in that moment when you're starting the dynamic, but it's that solidifying. It's when take the cards from there. This has been one of the deepest readings I've felt in a very long time when it comes to like numbness. It's very imperative for us to analyze these things and not throw them away and think that we're being ridiculous or etc. Well, Spirit does state with this dynamic, they were a moment in time. This person was not meant to be a forever. They were meant to be an experience. They had a choice. They had a choice to go inwards and deal with their own insecurities, what ifs, etc. They had a choice that when this went from being exciting and vulnerable on their end, meaning whoever this was really liked the chase. Some people have no idea how much they like the chase. What I see is it's not that you were running from the connection for a while, but you really took your time for these kind of exact reasons. You're like, I know myself. I've fallen so hard for people in the past. I'm not doing that. You really like them. You still do. But if they believe you're not enough, the truth of the matter is they're not enough for you. I don't see this person being strong enough to be with somebody like you. You must be a person that has a lot of responsibilities. You're unique. It takes a lot of not caring about outside forces and etc. You can't have somebody who is so dependent on being accepted by others. This was a past life relationship. You two were destined to meet, not destined to be together. They were a form of a soulmate. They want you to stay optimistic about your love life because this was grace. I do sense this person wanting to try to reach back out to you after some time. The phone was overheating, so I had to give it some time to cool down, and now I have my air conditioning on, so hopefully that doesn't overpower the sound of my voice. I'm going to try to speak louder just to be sure. While this all happened, there was all these cards that flipped themselves over. I'm going to finish the message with all the ones that I flipped over. From where I remember I left off, it was talking about law of attraction. It was talking about, since the fact that you're like, okay, this has nothing to do with me. This feels like you truly, in this dynamic, did everything right. Go with me here. There were dynamics in the past you took it too fast. There were dynamics in the past you took it too slow. There was dynamics where you said things that you didn't mean, and there were times you held back so much that you wish you would have said. There were times you put your self-worth to the bottom of the barrel, and then there was times where ego took complete control. And this dynamic, you didn't do any of that. You really handled this person in the most mature way possible. And I think that truly is what the point of this person was in your life. To make you have a dynamic that's like, you can do everything correct. And if a person still is unwilling to do the work, still wants to take all of the good between you two, and not accept you though fully for who you are, when you became vulnerable and you told about parts of yourself, or you showed parts of yourself, etc. They weren't deserving of it. Not at least up to that point. They were meant to propel your self-love. There is something with this one that solidified you just allowing spirit to let things fucking go. No matter how bad you're like, oh, maybe I could do something to change it, blah, 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 blah. No, you're not fighting. You're like, if this person doesn't want to message me back, I'm not If this person doesn't want to message me back, if this person doesn't want to see me again, if this person continues to go slowly removing their patterns of how they've always talked to me or treat me, I'm just going to let them. And there's nothing, it's not the energy of like, fuck you. No, it's really just like, okay. They want you to verify this person is somebody to be left of your past. It cut off right when I think I was talking about that, actually. And literally that they are a past life relationship, and they've gone into a pretty self-deprecating spot. Being in their energy, they're like, I wish it would have been like it was before. Before what? Before you were yourself? Like full? Like, no. They can't cherry pick who you are. You're deserving of more than this. And this is why Spirit's like saying, Matt, tell him to throw out the door when this person comes back. There are so many more opportunities, and this person's is a lot more egotistical than you initially could have been aware of. They liked you a lot for your looks. That's what I'm being told. They liked you a lot for your looks, your body, and your ability to be a safe space. That's not what you need from a relationship. I don't even feel like I have to flip any other cards over. They want you to let this go. It's okay that it could have been a month. It's okay that it could have been 6 months, a year, etc. Whatever it was, it served its purpose. It's time to go. They are going to come back, though. And this is one of those times where you're like, really, it's not going to be this drastic thing of how it's been with some people where it feels like you're ripping your heart away, saying no to them. But there's going to be a hard little stumble of like, hey, maybe I should just allow this to try again. Or maybe they had to go into reflection and take some time to their self. There's a difference between that and then the egotistical energy I'm sensing from this person. I know I'm going into a lot of pausing, but it's like putting the biggest puzzle piece in the world. It's like taking one of the biggest puzzle pieces and putting it, okay. There is something about their energy that I can't shake off, needing to tell you they're like, you, and this is going to help you with not wanting them to come back. Like with when they do, remembering this internal thought of, I knew it was too good to be true. I had to tell you that. It has nothing to do with you. You are amazing. You are more than enough. That person's ego was like, I knew there was something that was too good to be true. Because you didn't fit all of the puzzle pieces that they assumed were going to be in the display. They thought that you were going to be a 100-piece puzzle set to get to figure out. But you were actually a 500, 1,000. That doesn't mean you were overwhelming. That doesn't mean that you didn't have control of your emotions. It meant that you're a complex person. The reason for your safety, that people feel safety around you, the reason for your beauty, external and internal glow, is because you're a 1,000-piece puzzle. You're in a 1,000,000-piece puzzle. If you weren't, you would be cookie cutter. You would be basic if you were just a 100-piece bubble or a 100-piece puzzle. You need somebody that's not basic to be with you. That has nothing to do with looks. That has nothing to do with personality. It has to do with internal soul. I feel like I want to, I always want to protect you guys, but like I feel like I am this force just standing not in between you and somebody else, but like, it's like, you know, imagine you're here and this person's here, and I feel like I'm like right here, just being like, you're not fucking deserving of my person, like my collective, my homie. You're deserving of more. You gotta trust that internal compass, and Spirit is keeping some things away from you to keep your emotions at bay when it comes into the eternalness of how this person's thought about things. It's a reflection of them, not you. I'm telling you, let this go. Let it go. It served its purpose in your life, and you remember you're divinely protected and guided. I sense new love coming into your life very soon. A lot of you, it could be this week, a lot of you, it could be this day, a lot of you, it can be this month. But I'm telling you, you let this go, you're having another person come into your life that slow and steady wins the race, but it's going to be vastly different. That's what I got for you today. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, go to offprintment.com. You can shoot me a message directly from my site, and it's an email. That is the only way to get a personal reading with me. I don't DM people asking if they want readings. I don't even message people I don't message people privately to start conversations, to talk about your life, your reading. If you are wanting to open that channel, that personal channel door with me, the only way is going to my website and requesting a reading from me. And a humongous reason I do this is because of how many people are pretending to be me. So, long story short, you want that reading, you want that apprenticeship session, you want the questions answered, you got to go to the website, offprintment.com, and that link is in all of my social media platforms. We're also going to we're going to promote my Patreon. I was trying to think of what thing to promote. And over on Patreon at Uncle Bronze, I have 7 tier levels. Tier level 1 through 7 all receive 2 extra energy forecast readings if you will. Basically, think about like a weather report, a weather forecast for the upcoming week. It's the same thing when it comes to divine masculine, divine feminine energy entering your life and what you are giving to the world. Another thing is the tier 3 through 7 Patreons receive 2 chances for a video chat reading with yours truly every single month. 2 of them win. And it is a 1 hour long session, one topic of your choosing. It's valued at $388.88. And again, I give 2 of those away every single month. You just got to be a tier 7, or you just got to be a tier 3 to tier 7. And also, tier 7 is where the tarot teaching starts, where I give out a weekly guidance tutorial, if you will, that you will have access to forever. The entire playlist up to the date that you are part of the tier, that further dives into understanding card spreads, every individual card, how they pair together, what divination, other tools you can use alongside, astrology paired to tarot, and so much more. If you're feeling called to check out more about the tier 7 or any of the membership levels, because they all have different benefits to add as you go down, go to Patreon at Uncle Bronze. The link is in all my social media platforms. And you also can simply go to patreon.com and in the user search bar, type in your homie Uncle Bronze. That's what I got for y'all today, and I'll see you when I see you. Let's get it.